journey cruise on there. Take a look at all of our keys, 365 to be exact. Then on to the mainland, oh yeah. Welcome to my island, called Exuma, Exuma, Bahamas. Welcome to my island, called Exuma, Exuma. Right here on my island, there's so much things to see and do. All these friendly faces are waiting just to show them all to you. Iguanas, swimming pigs, snorkeling the coral reefs. I'm going fishing just to meet with you. Hang out at the fish fry. Monsters on Kong for the San Cooper fingers. It's all there waiting for you. Have some click or some science light, or just dance under the moonlight. There's so much things you can do. Welcome to my island, called Exuma. From Islands Key in the north, Bahaki in the south. Welcome to my island, Exuma has a lot to offer, both above the surface and under the water. Welcome to my island. The shallow crystal clear waters provides the prettiest setting for snorkeling. Welcome to my island. Together, Great Exuma and its keys, you'll have numerous opportunities. Welcome to my island. To learn about our island's rich history, culture, and ecosystems. You can explore the national parks. Welcome to my island. Also visit old slave ruins.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Promote Exuma TV. We are exploring the fascinating history of the Georgetown Library and Museum, and I'm here with historian and exhumian.
That's a new name.
Mr. Reg Schmidt. Who better to give us this thought than somebody who's grown up in Exuma and went to school right at Georgetown Primary?
I did do that. I was born here on Water Street. A lot of people don't know that. This is Water Street. We call it Queens Highway. But Water Street, just at about where Seaside Real Estate was, is where I was born. Grew up here in downtown Georgetown. With the men's store. My mom used to run the general store up here. And of course, between that and working with Basil Men's eventually here as a boy, doing bone fishing, believe it or not. And so it's nice to be talking about what was.
So I can't wait for you to take us through what you experienced while exploring the library.
Well, you don't want to know this.
I think Exuma wants to know.
You don't want to know this.
I think we want to know. Let's go.
First of all, this was all part of what we call the Georgetown Public School. So the library was where we had some classes. We didn't go there a lot, but we had some classes. And then, of course, we had a rose apple tree right about there, in front of this shop here. That was a third classroom. So we would come down, and I learned my ABCs right under the rose apple tree, and we had to sing the ABC in twice, 1 or 2, twice 3 or 4. We had to sing that too.
So the library was attached to the school.
It was attached in the sense that we used it.
Okay.
We used it to study. We used it. And I want to tell you, one of the most interesting things about the library was the librarian. Okay. This is something you don't see anymore. But Lionel Dorset, whom some of you might remember, was also a news reporter at ZNS some years ago. His mom was a librarian. Her name was Thelma Johnson. Mm-hmm. This lady came to work every day dressed to the nines. High heel shoes, and a coat suit. And the first time I'd seen it, with a jacket with a skirt and a hat. Wow. And our hair was always properly coiffed. Wow. So I'm telling you that this library was at a very high level back then. Okay. And you came here to see, you couldn't go in there and play, you went in there to study.
Okay, so
that's where I got my first education here.
Okay, so let's go on up these steps and explore
Okay.
this historical building.
These steps were, I think, maybe wooden back then,
Mhm.
if I can remember. But the library was essentially what we're seeing. We're going up actually to
Mhm.
where the door was. It might have been where the window is. They've done some changes, but basically it looks pretty much the same. It's expanded a little bit. But Miss Johnson kept this pristine.
Okay.
You came in here, you came in, you were well behaved, you were quiet,
Okay.
and all the books. This is where I got my first view of the world,
Okay. Awesome.
right in this room.
Let's check it out.
Wow. It has grown. It has changed.
So our librarian today is Miss Cooper. Miss Cooper, the first thing I noticed when I walked in the library was the kids section. I have three daughters who love to read, and the arts and crafts section. Is this like a popular area for kids in the library?
Yes, it is. Every day I have groups coming in, reading the books, doing art and crafts. It sends me crazy at times, but I love it.
Do you have anyone that comes in and volunteer to read to the kids?
Yes.
Awesome, awesome. And if somebody is interested in volunteering, how do they sign up? Do they just contact you here at the library?
They will contact me and agree with the day for them to come in, and we set it all up.
So, Mr. Smith, I want to ask you, so when you look around the room, is anything sticking out to you? Are you familiar with any of the areas? Obviously, the arts and crafts section may not have been here
Well,
when you were
we
here.
weren't quite set up like that.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we were like maybe children's book, but
Mhm.
but we were mostly children using it.
Mhm.
So books would have been more accustomed to what we would have in class, in school, and then reading books. And I think there might even been a section on comics in here, because I know Lionel and Dorset and I had lots and lots of comics, and we didn't have any money or anywhere to buy them, so I'm sure this is where we got them from. So we would have like the readers in here. Back then, we had the readers, which most classes had to know. All the old stories, the English, mostly English stories. We learned about England more than we learned about the Bahamas. There wasn't very much Bahamian history here. I think there is now. But yeah, there were books that were aimed at getting us through the sixth grade.
Okay, so as we walk through this corridor here, this is the marvelous world of novels. And I'm looking at some of the authors that I read back in the day. Mary Higgins Clark. We have a lot of James Patterson.
I want to ask Ms. Cooper something about this, though, because one of the ways this library has expanded, I remember that the voters used to borrow books and bring books and exchange
There's
books
been
here.
exchange.
So this what we're seeing in here probably is in part attributed to that process.
Yes.
Yes,
it
how
is.
how did these books
How did
accumulate over the years?
Donations.
Mhm.
But I saw an interesting sign outside that the library is no longer taking books.
As you can see, we have no space for any more books.
You don't. You
There's
do
no
not.
more space to put any more books unless we extend.
So how do you accommodate addition in terms of newer books? Because usually information is updated. There may be some new books that people are inquiring about. So would the library donate books to receive new books?
I will go through and the books that were here the longest year period. I will take them and put them on book as free books to give away, and then replace that with the newer ones that comes in.
So when can the community look forward to books being out to say come in and grab a book and go so that they can have something to
We
read
have
at
some
home?
now on the outside, and they have been here. That's ready to go on the outside as well.
So you heard that you have no excuse, Exuma. The library has books available. You can come, you can look through, and you can explore and just pick up one of your favorites, even something new.
So what's the most popular books that people take out?
Mostly novels and romance.
No, it's a romance. Okay. Is there a lot of Bahamian history books in here?
I actually noticed the Bahamian history books up front. I noticed that there were quite a bit of Exuma authors.
We have local authors as well.
A lot of
So-
books that we would have read during our time in school. I remember The Making of the Bahamas. I remember Sources of Bahamian History. I remember The Quiet Revolution. These are books, it just brings back a sense of nostalgia. These are books that I read in my history class.
And we even have Exuma authors.
Yes, Exuma authors are here.
We have one. We have here. We have
And a book by our very own Member of Parliament, Mr.
Fishing on the
Chichester
Rocks.
Cooper.
That's something I know
Fishing on
about.
the Rocks,
Yeah.
yes.
We have Pauline Davis's book as well. Hope it didn't go out.
Yeah, I know that I have that
And
book.
I noticed I know in some libraries when I attended Ellen Coakley High School, there were some books that you were not allowed to take out of the library. Is there a section of books here that you're not allowed to take out that you can only read in the library?
The history books of Exuma, this ones here,
Okay.
like the history of Williamstown, Steventon,
Georgetown?
Georgetown. These books have to be read in the library. These don't go out.
Okay. Awesome.
I want to come look at
And
the one on
paintings
Georgetown.
by
Amos
those
Ferguson?
books don't be, the books don't be in the library.
Okay.
There you have it. You have some very precious books that do not leave the library because of its historical significance.
So, okay, so that's the Exuma. That's
Well, here,
History
Pauline-
books.
here's Pauline Davis book as well.
Okay,
Running
running
Sideways.
sideways, our Olympian champion, Miss Pauline Davis. We're going to take a short break and be back with some awesome features of this historical library here in Georgetown.
Life is full of surprises, and with hurricane season upon us, it's crucial not to let the unexpected catch you off guard. At Ocean View Insurance Agency, a trusted partner of Sunshine Insurance agents and brokers, we're here to ensure you're prepared. Whether you need motor insurance, home insurance, or content insurance, we've got you covered. Let us safeguard your investments. Call Norma at Ocean View Insurance Agency today at 336-2444 or 809-2444 to secure your peace of mind.
It's about to go down at Roseville Exuma. This year is the big 80th Regatta and Homecoming. Brace yourself for the Empire live concert. 80 degrees. August 1st through the 5th at the Regatta Festival site. Brought to you by the Roseville Development Association along with the Roseville Regatta Committee. Entertainment by KB. Gino D. Baby, come on. DCLS. Franchise. Yamin Robin. Simeon L. Carrington McKenzie. Christian Massa. And more. Backed by the Rhythm Band. Music by the Mighty Pencil. DJ Godson. Sticky. Shawnee. And the Backyard Mall. Roseville Exuma's big 80th Regatta and Homecoming. Save the date. August 1st through the 5th. Brought to you by the Roseville Development Association along with the Roseville Regatta Committee.
And welcome back. Speaking of rich culture, I feel like I'm walking through the aisles of history. Behind me, there are some Junkanoo pieces, reminds us of how Bahamians have such a rich culture, and it's being captured right here in this library, which is also a museum that is capturing some aspects of our heritage, of our culture, still here with Mr. Smith. How do you feel about these additions to the library?
Well, I think it's fantastic to see where the library has gone from where, where I remember it and my memories of it to what it is today. It's more than a library. It's more a museum library than a natural library. One of the things I like about, I said I don't know much about Junkanoo, but one of the things that I've come to learn about Junkanoo is that there's an artistry in Junkanoo and the capability and the skills of the I forget what you call them, the guys who put these costumes together.
The builders.
The builders. It just amazes me. Just amazes me. And we've gone, I guess, a little away from our traditional Junkanoo, but still the work that they're doing,
Yes, the
I think young
craftsmanship
people should
is
come in and see it. And
excellent.
if it's something we want to retain, what better place to come in here and get a lesson on how this stuff goes together? I mean, I went to a shack for the first time in my life last year down in Farmers Hill to see how they did it.
Yes.
And it just blew my mind.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And as we come to this section of the library, I am amazed at the artifacts in this segment. The reason I say this is because I'm seeing kitchen utensils that only existed in my time in my grandparents' kitchen. This brings back, like I said, this sense of nostalgia. I remember making the teas, just the tea bride, no sugar, because my grandmother had diabetes, And this, I mean, the grits in the morning, oh my goodness, it amazes me that you can just take a stroll, come into Georgetown, and actually see these artifacts that existed long before my time.
Well, let me tell you something about it, because that was long before your time.
And long before
This
mine.
is the one that wives control husbands with. You know,
I know that to be a bread roller.
it's called a rolling pin. Okay, you had to hit him in
Yes,
the
the
head.
rolling pin.
Okay? And then over in the corner here somewhere you have the frying pan. You see, that's the one you got hit in the head with.
Oh, I see where you're going with this.
Okay, but what's interesting here is today we're all into electricity.
Yes.
We didn't have it.
Modern
But yet
technology. Yes.
women turned out to Sunday church in white.
Wow.
White gloves, white dresses, white.
And use
This
that
is what
same
they did
iron.
it for.
Mhm.
These are the
Wow.
irons.
I use
Now
those.
one is a smoothing,
Mhm.
one is a rough. That's one over there. I think is called the goose.
So
That's the
all
one
of
that they
these
call
are
wedding.
different types of irons.
for
Wow.
different things, like collars and whatnot, and for dresses. I mean, it's amazing what they could do with that. And you
Amazing.
actually made the fire, heated this thing in the fire. So remember now, this was hot. Okay, so you
Wow.
had to use something to hold it with, but they pressed their own clothing.
This is an interesting
Watch it
piece
back.
of equipment. What was this used for? Was it to hit mats to clean them or to?
That
What
looks
was
like
the
something
some-
that you either made bread
to-
on or something,
okay.
or
to
stirred
pull and then pull
or
out
stirred
or
something with. I've not seen that one. And this one here is not a kitchen utensil. That's an instrument.
musical instrument. Yes.
This of course is a mallet.
Mallet, yes.
Okay, mallet. And then of course we go around over behind you here. I'm not sure, but this looks to me like a sugar mill.
Yeah.
Okay, and they were probably, my dad had one on top of the hill behind our house, and we would grind the cane. When you cut the cane, you crush the end. You put it in here, and then you turn these wheels, and the juice came out in a bucket here. So we got
Oh,
fresh
wow.
cane juice.
And cane juice is the best. I remember the kerosene lamps. Well, we didn't have to worry about power going out because this was the power. I remember that.
That's right. And this, of course, well, that's modern. That's a torch. I can't remember exactly
This
what
one is
that
saying a
was.
juicer, so I
Looks
guess
like a-
that
yeah.
you would press
It's a
the
press.
juices.
What is it? Universal juicer, yeah.
You would press
Okay.
the juicer.
And this was like for grinding your coffee.
Mhm.
Put your coffee in here and all corn. The corn mill was much bigger.
And I'm
Yeah.
amazed at what is labeled on this shelf here. That this 32 ounce kind of rusty color glass bottle is what bleach used to be
Yeah.
held in. Like
Yeah, brown
this-
bottle.
That's something that I learned today. But something that I'm very familiar with is, even though it is an old method of making lime,
It's a lime
I
kiln.
remember the lime kiln because my father made lime in my time.
Well, actually, we did one here in the park a
Mhm.
couple of years ago. If you remember, we had a little village that we built in the park. Ray Smith built a lime kiln. I don't think we burned it, but we said it. But you'd light that thing; it would burn for days.
Mhm.
And when it fell in, you'd go back and clear that, and the lime in there would be white.
Yes,
And that's
white
what you
as
use to
snow
whitewash the
Yes.
walls and painting.
for construction. For
Behind you, kind of a Dutch oven.
Mhm.
Okay, one of these would be you'd bake the Johnny cake in.
They make the best Johnny cake.
Baked Johnny
Wow.
cake, right?
Best potato bread.
You put
And
the-
it's amazing because this quality of material, you can't even pay for this now.
it's iron.
No, I went in
Because-
last week, and this size is about $100.
Yep.
And this size is about $57.
And it's the original cast
Iron.
iron pan. It's
And
amazing.
the way you baked in that is you put the Johnny cake in,
Mhm.
you have the fire underneath, but then you put the coals on top
of the cover.
of the cover. Okay, and then you let her cook.
I know
And
about
when
that.
you take that off, man, she's crisp and brown. Ooh, wow!
This is interesting.
Ready for the butter.
Interesting
we
nuggets.
we both know about these balls here.
Put your hands.
The Gerber
Mhm.
baby food
Gerber
bottle.
baby.
Mhm.
Wow, amazing.
There's something missing here from Exuma that I don't know if you'll ever find one, but I remember as a boy
Mhm.
getting cow's milk in brown jugs from Winston Bow
Okay.
in Williamstown.
Oh wow,
Just come down and you get your jug of fresh cow's milk.
Wow.
that's amazing. Lots of
I was about 3 years old, 5 years
amazing history.
Yeah.
And thank you so much, Ms. Cooper. Thank you so much, Mr.
Ms. Cooper?
Smith. Thank you so much. Now, this segment here, it is, I mean, a beautiful display of craftsmanship by vendors. We have our straw bags here, the original straw doll. You know, Barbie ain't got nothing on this. And we have some straw baskets as well. And look at this beautiful piece here that can hang up against a wall. And what? Oh, yes, I noticed this. This is, it's labeled. It's labeled with the type of plats. Very creative. You see creativity here. And hanging up on the wall here, Ms. Cooper.
Broom.
It's a broom.
I was just about to say this. This looks like a
I
broom.
used to use those broom in my time.
Okay,
And
wow.
they sweep very clean.
And they don't fall apart like the
No.
ones we buy at the store, huh?
No, they don't fall apart.
That's interesting. We used to cut our brooms out of sage.
Oh, wow.
And that was for the house. You cut the sage ones for the yard. You had to sweep the yard too.
Wow, you see all this amazing, the amazing lessons in history that we're getting here at this library, Exuma. Come to the public library and museum in the heart of Georgetown. It is opposite what we know, or what we used to know as the old straw market, which we're about to see soon.
Just before you do that, behind you right here, there's a picture that I don't think a lot of young people will have seen. This is how our roofs used to be. This is what's called a thatch roof.
Was this at Rocos Point Primary School?
I don't know.
This replica?
This
is,
I don't know where this is, but all the houses had roofs made of thatch.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Rocos Point right there. Yeah, and made of thatch. Mm-hmm. And so before we had shingles and you know, these fancy new roofings that we had, we went in the bush and we cut the top.
And it worked.
And it worked. Now this here is a silver. Some of this is a silver top. Is a special top. Correct me, Miss Cooper.
I don't know about those.
If you for making the straw products,
silver top.
We have a problem in the Bahamas because of so much development. A lot of the silver top was destroyed. So people who are in this business now have to go far and wide to look for silver top because it comes out of the heart of the plant. Yes. You take it out and then it grows another one. But if we're going to keep this as an industry, we may need to start actually culturing silver top because it gives that nice sheen.
Yes, the silver top is...
And it's not brittle. The other top is brittle. It breaks, so you can't really plait it.
It's a very versatile product, and it produces the most beautiful end product. Beautiful. And speaking of the straw work, we're going to walk over to the straw market where we're going to talk to some very talented women who've been in the industry for years.
242 Prime Spirits is Exuma's favorite neighborhood liquor store, conveniently located in Georgetown and Farmers Hill just to serve you. Shop your favorite brands at unbeatable prices with our friendly and knowledgeable staff. Enjoy your libations without breaking your wallet. Whether you're planning a party or restocking your bar, we have a wide selection of local and world-class brands. Visit 242 Prime Spirits today or call us at 336-3728 or 358-7055 for our Farmers Hill location.
What an amazing day it has been with Mr. Reg Smith, once again a student at Georgetown Primary School who has taken us through a marvelous tour of the public library and museum. It was so awesome to have you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. There's so much more we need to talk about in that library. So I look forward to coming back and doing that with you, especially on the marine side of it.
Speaking of the oldest, one of the oldest buildings, it's believed to be over 100 years old.
Maybe more than that.
Yeah, so thank you for sharing that rich history with
My
us
pleasure.
today. Yes.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
Okay.
We'll see you again. Bye-bye.
And we're going to be joined with Carson as we walk over to the straw market to hear a little bit more of some rich history here in Exuma. That was awesome, Carson.
Yeah, man, Felicia, listen, it was absolutely incredible. I love, just the history. There's so much that Georgetown has to offer. Of course, right to the right of us, this is a gazebo. This is where the old straw market used to be.
Yes.
And you see they've already, kind of transformed the entire thing. But I want us to go and talk to some of these straw markets because to come from this, there used to be a tree here. I can't remember the name of the tree, but to come from this
now, ficus tree, Mr. Smith said, a ficus tree, yes.
That's right. To go to over here, man, I want to hear the
some
stories.
more modern facility, yes. We need to hear from them.
Let's go walk over here.
festival season, we started off with the regatta, then started off with festival, music fest, and then it was regatta, but we're in Gombe Festival now.
Right.
So it's still festival season here in Exuma.
So I got my friends over here, Renee. I want us to kind of have a chat with her first, because Renee, good
My
afternoon.
favorite lady is.
How you ladies
Good
doing?
afternoon.
All right, so we're here with Promote Exuma TV, and we're just, kind of showcasing the island of Exuma, Georgetown. We wanted to talk a little bit about the straw market. Renee, how you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How about you?
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Hi, Renee.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great.
That's awesome.
So,
You look
Renee,
fine.
tell us a little bit about the straw market. Of course, we just came over from the museum, and we understand, the straw market used to be there under a tree, but now you guys transition over here. What was that like?
Well, it was a good transition because the one that was under the tree, that one we lose that fire. And then we were under a big tent on the park for a while until they built this. And now we're here, and this is great.
Awesome. Now, I see you're seated. I'm just going to ask you to stand because we've got viewers watching from all around the world.
Yes, beautiful art
I mean,
pieces.
you've got so many lovely things here. Tell us a little bit about, what it is that you got to offer. What's some of the work or the process that it takes to get these things done?
Well, mostly this one. These are mostly the process for this one is kind of a long process because we have to get the palm. So we go in the bushes, but we don't go. We let people get it first.
Can I hold it?
Yes.
Wow.
And we strip it.
Felicia,
and
feel
then
that it's nice and sturdy too.
And they
It is
last
very
a
sturdy.
really long time. And then we use the colored raffia to make those.
Is this the
Sometimes-
same material that you used to make the straw bags with?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
We do the straw bags and purses, clutch, everything out of the straw.
So how did you learn how to do this?
Well, I learned to do that from my mom.
And how long has your family been in the straw work industry?
Well, from my grandmother time, because I'm sure that's where my mom learned how to
So that's
do it.
3 generations passing.
Wow. Three
That's
generations.
3 generations.
Wow. And you
And
still.
is your daughter doing this?
No.
That's crazy. 3
Yeah, but
generations of
this
straw work.
is absolutely incredible, man. I see it as a part of you guys preserving the history here in the Bahamas,
Yes,
which is
definitely.
absolutely amazing. And so
Definitely.
we want to commend you. Continue to keep up the great work.
Definitely.
Now,
yes, we
tell our
will.
viewers, of course, those that would want to stop by and visit. What's your office hours? You guys open on Sunday?
Well, no, we're open on Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. We're closed on Sundays and all holidays.
Okay.
Okay, awesome.
Awesome. Well, listen, guys, you've heard it. We've just spoke with Renee. She's told us a little bit about what she's got to offer here. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to show you a little bit more of what's taking place right here at the Georgetown Straw Market.
It's about to go down in Roseville, Exuma. This year is the big 80th regatta and homecoming. Brace yourself for the Empire live concert. 80 degrees. August 1st through the 5th at the Regatta Festival site. Brought to you by the Roseville Development Association along with the Roseville Regatta Committee. Entertainment by KB. Gino D. Baby, come out. Sunshine. German Ramen. Simeon O. Carrington McKenzie. Christian Massa. And more. Backed by the Rhythm Band. Music by the Mighty Pencil. DJ Godson. Sticky. Shawnee. And the Backyard Mall. Roseville Exuma's big 80th regatta and homecoming. Save the date. August 1st through the 5th. Brought to you by the Roseville Development Association along with the Roseville Regatta Committee.
242 Prime Spirits is Exuma's favorite neighborhood liquor store, conveniently located in Georgetown and Farmers Hill just to serve you. Shop your favorite brands at unbeatable prices with our friendly and knowledgeable staff. Enjoy your libations without breaking your wallet. Whether you're planning a party or restocking your bar, we have a wide selection of local and world-class brands. Visit 242 Prime Spirits today or call us at 336-3728 or 358-7055 for our Farmers Hill location.
Welcome back to the show. Now, this here is a moment that I'm going to treasure. I'm here with Miss Adderley. Miss Adderley is a native of Monthompson, the Monthompson community. And she's not the first generation of straw craft vendor as well. Can you tell me when you started doing this and where did you learn how to do this?
I started when I was 8 years old and I learned it from my grandmother.
Mm-hmm. From your grandmother?
Yeah, the late Stella Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
She was a straw vendor also.
Wow, so you are the third generation of...
Probably I'm the fourth generation.
Wow.
My great grandmother,
Wow.
she used to do straw white baskets and hats and floor mat, roof mat.
And this has been your livelihood all your life?
All of my life.
Wow.
All of my life. This has been my life.
This is what has taken care of your family. Does your grandchildren know how to do this?
Yeah, some of them. They
Okay.
make the bookmarks
Okay.
and little posters.
Okay. Do you feel that it's important for us to continue to teach this so that this will continue to be in that we can preserve this part of our heritage for generations to come?
Yes.
Okay,
But
awesome.
it's important that you teach it because we don't want it to die because it could support you and you don't have to wait for nobody to wait for yourself.
Yes, that's entrepreneurship right
Yes,
there
you
at
can
its
wait for
finest.
yourself. You
Yes,
can wait for yourself.
that's
You don't have to go
right.
there and wait. You could earn your own money and demand your money. And
Set your own time,
Yes,
set your own
yeah,
hours, because
yeah.
people look at this and they don't realize, like Miss Adley said, she is an entrepreneur. These straw vendors are entrepreneurs. They work for themselves.
Yeah.
They've sent family members off to school through this business, and it has been such a pleasure talking to you because I've watched you done this. I've grown up watching you do this. So this is an amazing thing to see you that you're still doing. You still look young though.
Well, during the independence celebration, I was honored as a straw craft vendor.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome.
I was honored.
And that's a well-deserved honor as well because you've been doing your thing, and I have patronized Miss Adderley in years past using different artifacts or handmade items to even implement in my dancers' routine. So it's amazing. Pleasure talking to you. I feel like I'm talking to a legend. It's amazing. But thank you so much. There it is. There you have it. Thank you so much for joining in. This has been an awesome trip down memory lane. It's a historical, lots of history, lots of culture. Thank you for watching.
All right, there you have it. Another episode of Promote Exuma TV. Felicia, man, listen, I enjoyed my time here.
Listen, I learned so much today. It's crazy, and I was able to speak with some legends here at Exuma. It was awesome.
Yep, and so Promote Exuma TV, we're all about preserving history, preserving, all of these things happening here on the island of Exuma. If you ever visit this island, you've got to stop by the Georgetown Straw Market. These amazing vendors. Check out Yvonne, man. Yvonne, that's the store you need to say. Rene, we got Celsia, those in the back there. We didn't get to talk to everybody, but there's so much to see over here, and so you've got to visit. Don't forget to stop by the Georgetown Public Library and Museum.
Yes,
and if you're interested in sponsoring the show, being a part of the show, coming on here, showing what your business has to offer, feel free to reach out to us. You can visit us online, promoteexuma.com. Send us an email, info@promoteexuma, or send us a WhatsApp, 554-2080. Felicia, again, it was amazing having you on the show.
Awesome.
I don't know how you're feeling.
It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. Anything that has to do with the history and culture of Exuma, I just love being a part of promoting it. I love being a part of learning because you never learn everything. So this just showed me today there's so much more to explore in Exuma. Yeah, it's awesome.
Awesome. Y'all hear that? She sounds like Dora there, but so much more to explore.
Yes.
But hey, listen, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Promote Exuma TV.